that are not on code need your asses beat. And let me tell you why you need your ass beat. Because you're not looking at the big picture. I don't give a fuck what this bitch did. I don't care if she's the biggest narcissist that ever lived. We made it to the daughter of a black woman. Get that through your head. Oh, but she looks like a white girl. She's biracial. I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck because she is a light-skinned, black-adjacent woman, and you are a lighter-skinned black woman. See, your image is being represented in that regard. Like I said, it's not going to be your carbon copy. But if you look at dark-skinned black women, they don't actually specifically look for their carbon copy much of the time. Many of the time, they expect people who just happen to be on the darker end of the spectrum. You have to understand, these people, like, for example, Chrissy and so forth, have expressed so many times that women like Meghan Markle in no way represent their phenotype. And they even say people like you don't represent their phenotype. Like, literally. There's women like Zoe Saldana who got so much hell for playing a black woman's role that was darker skinned. And Zoe Saldana is a little bit darker than you, I believe. Within your shade range, but you get what I'm saying. So, I mean, like, you know, obviously, they don't see Meghan Markle's image as representing them. They don't see your image as representing them. So they're not going to stay on code for someone who doesn't represent them in their minds. And Chrissy has expressed this so many times, and plenty of dark-skinned black women have supported her channel and therefore agree with her. So why do we ignore? I don't get it. If we know that many dark-skinned women agree with Chrissy and support her channel, and they act like it's almost like you're colorist if you don't, then why wouldn't we act accordingly? But continue.
A black woman. Okay, her mother's like a couple of shades darker than me. Her mother's in the Caramel Club. Okay, a black woman made it, pushed this girl out. She got the Eve gene. These crackers know what the Eve gene is. Okay, and we got these motherfuckers scared to death. Now, for them to come after this woman, the way they coming after her, every time I turn around, I turn on my YouTube channel, I turn on the news, and Becky, didn't I fucking tell you, my nigga? Didn't I tell you, Becky, we got the bitch shook to death. Didn't I tell you she's scared of that? That her men would like us. This goes all the way back to slavery. Now, listen.
Honestly, the appeal of mixed race, light skin, and ambiguous women is actually different than dark skinned women or white women. I want to say dark skinned black women with a specific phenotype, specifically celebrated by Chrissy, because Chrissy doesn't celebrate dark skinned black women who have fine features. So I don't understand why there are some fine featured dark skinned black women who actually do celebrate Chrissy, because I mean, she's not celebrating you. But anyway, my point is, it's just saying that I kind of feel like many of the time with these situations, people don't realize that the appeal of someone like Meghan Markle, or someone who is racially ambiguous, light skin, and so forth, when you have features and characteristics of both sides, you generate jealousy and anger from both sides. Just being completely honest. And when people are triggered by that type of appeal that you have, you get it from both sides. You're not just going to get it from white women. You're not just going to get it from dark-skinned black women. You're going to get it from both white women and dark-skinned black women. And they're going to work together to lynch you. Now, this isn't just particularly women. It could be men, too. In regard to mixed race men and so forth, and different aspects of life. It may not just apply to women, but I'm just saying the scenario you're bringing up. This wouldn't be particularly white women. This would be particularly white women and black women who would go after phenotypically ambiguous black adjacent women and so forth, because like you said, them having attraction to mixed women, white men having attraction to mixed women or lighter skinned black women and so forth, is a triggering point for both sides, see? Because if you understand the appeal of being a black woman or the appeal of being a white woman, they have their strengths, right? But those strengths are opposite to each other. Now, the thing is, with mixed and light-skinned black women, it's not quite like that. So, what a white woman has, and what a mixed woman has, a mixed woman has some of the characteristics a white woman has, but a white woman has some of the characteristics a mixed woman does not have. And what a black woman has, and what a mixed woman has, some of them have the same characteristics, but a black woman doesn't have all the aspects that a mixed woman has. So this is why they call it the term of the best of both worlds. And this occurs with mixed and light-skinned black women and men many of the time. So this is why when you ask people to stay on code for people that they don't see as their own image and that are probably triggered by white men being attracted to them as well. This is why you've talked about this before, about the whole issue of divestment and light-skinned women and dark-skinned women, and there's always been a bit of a rift there. And also, with that whole situation, I remember not too long ago, especially on Twitter and so forth, you would see dark-skinned black women who would say that there's no place for mixed women or light-skinned black women in the divested spaces, and that basically you can't even talk about it, So that's all I just kind of feel like at this point. Like, you guys say that you expect dark-skinned black women to stay on code with a woman like Meghan Markle, but they don't see themselves in her at all. And Chrissy has voiced this so much. And, she's not a small YouTuber. There's plenty of people who support her and talk about her and act like that's the norm of how a dark-skinned black woman should view other black women. So, I wanted to get to another part of what she was saying, though, but I kind of lost it here. I accidentally hit it. Let me see if I can get back to it.
These crackers know what the Eve gene is. Okay, and we got these motherfuckers scared to death. Now, for them to come after this woman, the way they coming after her, every time I turn around, I turn on my YouTube channel, I turn on the news, and Becky, didn't I fucking tell you, my nigga? Didn't I tell you, Becky, we got the bitch shook to death. Didn't I tell you she's scared of that? That her men would like us. This goes all the way back to slavery. Now, listen, we got a special call-in number. Some of you are very intelligent.
Also, another thing I would want to say, like you said, that her men would like us, that's your perspective, but a lot of dark-skinned black women wouldn't see that as having to pertain to them. In fact, they would feel inferior to an extent because they don't like when white men prefer mixed women because they feel like they're being put in an inferior place, even though there's enough for everyone. So I don't understand why people have that issue, but a lot of them do have that issue. Anyway, continue.
Okay? I would love your viewpoints on this because you need to understand how this shit works. Okay? Meghan Markle is not the daughter of a nigga with a Becky. I don't think there would be such an outcry if she was. But the fact that this is a sister, okay, the daughter of an original creation, because we are the OCs, the original creations, everybody comes from us. They got these devils shook. The way they coming after her, there's something that these motherfuckers know about black women. And they hiding that shit. They playing it off. They acting like because they steal our asses, our lips. They get a suntan. Oh, it's cute that you got a tan, but I'm this color all year round, and I get dogged out for it. But you get a little bit of color, and then you jumping in my face saying, yeah, oh my God, look at my tan. I look so hot. How come it's hot on you, but it's not hot on me? Make that make sense. This is...
To me, I've personally experienced, actually, particularly white people who would compliment my skin tone. White people, and sometimes I would get compliments from dark-skinned black men. And a few... Okay, I've gotten compliments from a lot of different people, because I've gotten compliments from dark-skinned black men. I've gotten compliments from black women who are dark-skinned different times, and then I've gotten compliments from light-skinned black women as well. Never particularly women my color, but I think that's kind of like, because, well, it's kind of a norm color for us, so then it wouldn't really stand out on another person, I guess. I don't know, but I've gotten compliments from white people for sure on having a tan skin tone. Now, what I have noticed is that, especially when they're looking at your body but they don't see your face, they're more so likely to compliment your skin tone. But if they're looking at your face and they realize you're a person of color, then they kind of act like they can't, as if it's like inferior skin or something. That's weird. It's the same color. So I can kind of understand what she's saying there.
My natural color, it keeps me from looking all wrinkled up like your ass, and I don't get no pat on the back for that. But you want a pat on the back because you went into the tanning parlor and you got a little bit of color, and now you want me to lick your asshole and act like you the hottest thing. But hold the fuck up. I thought being dark was ugly. Well, wait, hold up. Who's with me? I thought having color was ugly. You was a monkey. You know. How come it's cute when you do it? How come it's cute when you get a tan, but I can't have the same thing, which I have naturally, and I don't get no props for it? So now I'm not going to sit there and say, oh my God, you look so rested. You just came back from a vacation. I love your tan. You will never hear me say that. Because I'm sitting here rolling my eyes like, bitch, please, have a seat. I'm this color all year round, and I get what? Put down for it. So I'm not with the whole, you look good, you have a beautiful tan. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving these crackers no fucking props for something I naturally have. I'm sorry. So anyway, back to Meghan Markle. Now, you see, there's levels to this shit. Because some of you motherfuckers are all the way stupid. You don't seem to understand that they are the narcissists. They are the gaslighters. That now they're trying to say, because Meghan Markle said it was racism. She said it in an interview with Oprah. And now they say, so now that we blew their cover, they trying to play it off. Oh, this has nothing to do with racism. She's a narcissist. She lied. She did this. She did that. So now they trying to dance. It's her character. See, now they fucking with you. Now look at how these crackers talk. Look. It's not her character. It's not her color. It's her character that we don't like. Oh, really? Oh, really? I'm sorry. I was on the bandwagon for a while. Because, after a while, you hear so much negative shit about somebody. It starts to rub off on you when you become a Meghan Markle hater. Because let's face it, we black women, okay? And she's a biracial, Okay, so we looking at this bitch sideways, but she gonna learn today.
And that's what I mean. You are seeing things through the eyes of, like, the Chrissy likes, I think. Because I've seen on your channel before where you would talk about specifically some people, you would talk to some people who are mixed and so forth, and you wouldn't recognize it unless they told you. This often happens with lighter skinned black people because for us, many of the time, mixed people, we have mixed people that look just like us. I mean, she was specifically just talking about Barack Obama, who, I mean, racially, she's not very different from Barack Obama in any regard. They have similar facial structure, similar skin tone. She might be a tad lighter, but they're pretty much the same. You get what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, and you are saying that you have a connotation or had a connotation towards biracials. But you have to understand that where is it coming from? It's obviously not coming from homegrown. I don't think. I think it's more so a situation of catering to dark-skinned black women and trying to see things through the eyes of dark-skinned black women, even though life isn't that way for you yourself. I mean, she specifically said that Dominican and mixed race people have, she's been confused for Dominican and mixed race, like biracial and things of that nature, for her personally. If you go through life being perceived very similar to mixed race people, then how can you really have any hate towards the people that look exactly like you? I think she makes these ideas of having an issue with people that look exactly like you to please dark-skinned black people, to prove to dark-skinned black people that she's one of them, but it's never going to prove anything. You understand when you watch Chrissy's channel that she doesn't care if you're more black, if you're black, if you're less black, if you're not black. She just cares what you look like. And there's a lot of black women who have that sentiment, that are dark-skinned. So, it's like, in my perspective, it's like, you know, I kind of feel like she is saying that, you know, she had that issue of looking sideways to biracial women because she categorized herself as black. Therefore, she tried to take a collective idea of some dark-skinned black women and tried to imply it on herself. But how can you imply something on yourself when societally you don't experience that you are confused for the same thing? You can't even tell if someone is mixed or not, you know? And you don't obviously look at lighter-skinned black people differently because you are a lighter-skinned black person. So that's all I wanted to point out here. You know, you find that with lighter-skinned black people, many of us, it seems like we cater to dark-skinned black men or we cater to dark-skinned black women, but we always cater to a dark-skinned person. You know, we're never really thinking of ourselves in our own interest, you know, and that's just interesting, you know, in my perspective. So that's all I wanted to say here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Bye.